Hi, this is my review for the Motorola V171 cell phone. This is what it looks like. It's silver. There's nothing really fancy about it. Up at the top you have your headset jack, and on the back you push this little thing up and there's your battery. And down here is the speaker where the ring sounds come out. You open it up and you have your keypad in here. Pretty standard. There's nothing really fancy. And I'm just gonna bring it around and give you a little bit of a closer view here. Okay, so if you push down, telephone numbers come up, but I'm not gonna go through them. If you go in here, let me get a little closer for you. If you push on the center button, you'll come to kind of your main menu, I guess. And in here is where you have all your prepaid information, and you click on this button to access what you want to get into. And it tells you the codes and your telephone number and all that stuff, and then you click this button to go back. Down in here is your messages, where you go in, you can create a text message, get to your voicemail, go to your inbox, quick notes, which I've never really used those, so I don't really know what they're for, and your outbox, and we're going to go exit this. Then you have your phone book, your recent calls, the My menu, which I don't really know what this does. I think it's just kind of you decide what things you want in this main menu area, but I never used it, so yeah. Then you have your rings file where you can pick your ringtones. The ringtones in here, yeah, they're not cool. You pick your ring type, the tone details where you set like the volume and things like that, and you can make your own tones, but yeah, it's not that cool. So some of the ringtones I'll just show you. Oh, that's how you decide if you want loud ring or vibrate or whatever. In here in the tone details you pick there we go. Yeah, not that exciting. And you do get 20 ringtones. Nothing all that exciting. And that's the sound. The 20th one isn't really a ringtone, it's just the sound that it makes when you get a text message, so those aren't very exciting. And then the ones at the top were just ones that I was fiddling around with the My Tones thing, or whatever it is. And then to go back, let's see, what else do we have? We have the alarm clock, which is nice. I don't use this phone anymore, but I still use the alarm clock. And the settings, you can go in and change different things, like in call setup, if you want it to tell you, like it can beep every minute to let you know that a minute has gone by, things like that. The security settings, if you want a password, and then in other settings you have how to personalize it, your initial setup, your network, if you're going to use a headset, things like that. And, oops. And then in more you have a calculator, service dial, I don't know what that is, never used it, and a stopwatch, which is kind of nice, I guess. And then quick dial, not sure, I never really used that. And then your games, which aren't that cool, they come with it. There's racing, which you just click this button back and forth to avoid the cars. Yeah. And then you have torpedo, which let's see, I don't even remember. Oh, you move the boat up at the top and you avoid the torpedoes coming up from the submarines. Yeah. That's all that is. And the last game is, oops. Magic, which is kind of fun if you are super bored and really desperate. It's kind of like Tetris. I think that's what you call it, I don't know. Then you just have to match up the jewels, get 3 in a row, and then they disappear, blah blah blah. So yeah, games aren't that exciting. You can't download games. And it depends on what service you have, if you can download ringtones or not. I never could. Chat, never used that, but apparently you can do that. And then we're back to the prepaid. So yeah, this phone doesn't do a whole lot. But if you just need it for making calls, like if you get it from a prepaid place, it's a pretty good phone. The battery life is good. However, after you have the battery for a year or two, the battery life does shorten significantly, and you probably need to get a replacement battery. And the sound quality on this phone is pretty good. Most people who I called on this phone thought that I was talking to them from just a regular landline phone, not a cell phone, as long as you have good reception. The reception I got was okay. It depended on where I was. Like, if I was in the back of Walmart, nothing. But, you know, and that's like how it is with every cell phone. You just have to kind of use it and see, because it all depends on where you are. But I got decent reception, and I usually had 4 or 5 bars, you know, up to the max when I was in a place with good reception, so it worked well in that respect. So it's a decent little phone, doesn't do a whole lot, but if you need, you know, if you just need it for making calls, you don't want all the bells and whistles, it's a good phone for that, for just making calls. It's pretty intuitive to use. I didn't have a hard time using it, and I liked it when I had it, when I was using it. I've upgraded since then, but yeah. So if you're looking first-time, like a first-time cell phone user, you're not going to use it very much, I would definitely recommend this phone. Thanks for watching.